Hey guys, this is a quick tutorial for the CokePepsi AppLab project. This is a data collection exercise. We're gonna run this app, and if you click on Coke, Coke gets another vote. Run it again, vote for Coke again, and then we even it up, vote for Pepsi. Very simple app, but great example of data collection. This data sticks around. And this is what I want your final app to look like, something like this. But we're going to do a tutorial just showing the mechanics, and hopefully you can take the mechanics and run over to make a great app out of it, good looking app out of it. So I was not aware of the term value pair, but it looks like it's a fundamental data representation structure. So you might take a look at that, Google up value pair. It looks like it's part of a database syntax. So I'm just going to throw up a couple of buttons here. Well, the first thing we need to do is go to data and create our value pairs. So click on key value pairs. First one's going to be called Coke count. We'll set it to 0. We're going to add another one for Pepsi count. And if you had also set that to 0, if you had more than 2 choices, you would need more than 2 key value pairs. Next thing, we're going to run over to design. Now yours, it needs to have the logos and pictures and look really nice. I just want to show you the mechanics, so I'm just going to throw up 2 buttons. On button 1, I'm going to call that Coke. Button 2, I'll call that Pepsi. And when you click on them, we're going to throw the Coke count in this first text box. Let's give it a label. And we'll also have one for, I thought I duplicated it. There it is. We'll also have one for Pepsi. And duplicate that. Text area 3. So basically when I hit Coke, I want to add 1 to our data, to our Coke count. And when I hit Pepsi, I want to add 1 to our Pepsi count and throw it into these text boxes. So let's make these text boxes a little bit bigger and maybe centered. Let's go 22. Same here, 22. All right, so time to code. When you get to coding and click on this first button, so on event, we've got a new puppy, so you might hear puppy sounds in the background. So for button 1, when they click it, we're going to go get the Coke variable and add 1 to it. So under data, we got to go get it. We got to go get the key value for Coke count. And this is going to go get it and bring it back in a variable called value. So now we got value. And so then we're going to set or add to the Coke value, Coke count is going to equal right here, value plus 1. And we're not going to make our display in here. We're going to call a subroutine for the display because this might take a minute to go over the internet, get the variable, bring it back, add to it. So let's make a function called show count. Right? That's just going to throw these numbers up in that box. So it's going to go get, let's go get Coke count. It's going to come back in value. So then this is text area 2. So just under the UI controls in terms of set text. Set text for text area 2. We're going to shoot value in there. And obviously we need to update Pepsi as well. So I'm going to grab this, Control C, Control V. I'm going to get the variable for Pepsi count. It's going to come back also in value. And this time we're going to shoot it into text area 3. Okay, So now we have to call this show count. We have to call this beautiful little function we wrote. So I'm going to grab this call a function, stick it right there, and call show count. So now this first button should work. We should be able to click on Coke and it pops in there. Rather than testing it, let's just live dangerously. Copy this, paste it in, do the same for Pepsi. This is going to be button 2, this is going to be Pepsi count, this is going to be Pepsi count. Everything else should be the same, and if we are living right, not so good. Let's see what's up. Let's see that. Get key value Coke count. Text area 2 right. I think my design may be a little haywire. Text area 1. There's text area 2. Hey, quick rally. Coke, duplicate. Yogi, stop it. Alright, so this is text area 1 and this is text area 4 now. Where am I? Do I have it on the screen? Yes. Just delete that screen. I got 2 screens going on here. Screen number 1, text area 1, text area 2. Let's go fix it. Go back to my code. This is going to go into text area 1. This is going to go into text area 2. How about now? We got it now. There's Pepsi. Another Pepsi. Another Coke. Another Coke. So there you go. When you click the button, go grab that value. Go grab that data that we created over here. Get the key value for Coke count. Then set it to Coke count plus 1, and then go show it. Same thing for Pepsi. Go get the Pepsi count value. Set it to Pepsi count value plus 1 using the value name here, and then show it. In the show, it's quite simple. You just go get the value and then set the text area 1 to what you went and got. Set text area 2 to what you got for Pepsi count. Let's give it one more try. We're going to edit these, set these to 0, and see if we can run it from scratch. Run from scratch. Coke gets 1 vote. Pepsi gets 1 vote. I am a Pepsi person, by the way, so it is a runaway. Hope that helps. Don't do the simple version with the Coke and button and all on one screen. Yours need to be 2 screens with the logos. Clicking on the logos for the first screen changes to the second screen for the display.